Conlia, everyone, hello! Hello, Conlia! Professor Leah. Today I am Leah Sensei. How's it going? Great. Way better. Way better. I missed you guys too. I know last time we saw each other it wasn't that magical, but it's okay. I am back in a full Leah Ju mode. And my internet's back, and everything is good, and we're gonna have a great day today. Yeah, we got 2 streams today. Can you friggin' believe that? 2 of them. Kalia! Kalia! Hello, hello. Glad you're doing better. I'm glad I'm better, too. Dr. Chef Sensei Leah. Yes, I am Dr. Chef Sensei. How are you guys doing? The alcohol was magical? You guys have been drinking without me? What the heck? I don't think you're allowed to be drinking without me, you know? You know? If you're drinking, we have to do it together. Yes, yes, yes. I heard members get hot dogs. Why would members get hot dogs? What? Why would the members be getting hot dogs? I don't even get hot dogs. I mean, I would like hot dogs, maybe. Maybe one day. Yeah. I know you guys can't drink if you're underage. Yeah, please don't drink if you're underage. Oh my gosh. Please don't do that. Getting a couple of things ready here for you guys. We're gonna have a great lesson today, you know? I've got so many wonderful things prepared for you all. You're never gonna even believe it. We're gonna have a great time today. A freaking magical time, as they say. Leah will get bonked for being a bad influence. What? I'm not a bad influence. You're a bad influence. No, it wasn't a hot dog that I posted. It was actually like the handle of a rocking horse type thing. Kind of. You guys know rocking horse? Face isn't a rocking horse. Face is gone. You like the new Leah emotes? I'm glad. Here, wait, I'll post my favorite one. This one is my favorite. Kinda hungry. A hot dog would be nice. Go eat. Go eat, go eat, go eat. Yeah, it wasn't a hot dog though. I actually don't like hot dogs. Are you guys ready for Leah's lesson today? Torture is always a good time. Yes, we're gonna have a lesson on torture and torture devices. And actually, on that topic, let's move over to the gaming scene. Gaming scene for our lesson. Let me take off my jacket. It's been so hot here lately, man. Oh! Like 100 degrees outside right now. It's way too hot. Oh, okay. Do we have to take notes? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Today's lesson will be on one of my favorite Earth topics. Torture. And torture methods. Yes, I am very, very, very enthusiastic about all sorts of methods of torture. And torture methods. We're gonna talk about medieval ones though. Ones used during the medieval era or earlier. Yeah, make sure you take notes, okay? I posted a little while ago the paper for you guys to use. So make sure you use that and make sure you turn in your notes at the end of the stream and I will look over. How is Earth torture different from Phase World torture? Phase World torture, I'm gonna introduce you to a couple of Phase World torture methods at the end of the stream. Yeah, sounds a tad sus. You sound a tad sus. You accidentally drawn and quartered your... Why did you do that? What the fuck? Is medieval your favorite era of torture methods? Yes, I think they got really creative back in the medieval era. So I'm very, very, very excited to be sharing with you. Beatotaxes, thank you for super chat. Can't take notes today, sorry. I'll let it slide as long as you can get an A on the torture questions. Which I'm actually gonna start off the lesson today with a torture question. Which of the following is a method of torture? All right, we're gonna start with a question. So make sure that you guys are ready. Okay. This one is one of the options. Let's see. This is another option. This is an option. And, Okay, you guys have 1 minute to answer this, okay? Will you get detention if you answer the question wrong? No, you'll become my test subject for the methods of torture, okay? So make sure that you guys don't get this one wrong. Alright, you guys have 30 more seconds, I think. I can't count. 30... No, you guys have 40 more seconds. Yeah. I need a pen. Someone stole yours. Get your own pen. Should always have extra pens in your pen case. Spelling concerns me. Why did my spelling concern you? This is how you... Well, I can't tell you if it's how you spell it or not because that would give away the answer. We're not trying to have any cheaters in Leah Sensei's class, you know? Alright, 10 more seconds! Let's go! 10! 9! 8! 7! I don't know how to count. We're ending the poll. Let's go! It's okay if you guys didn't get this one right. Alright? This is just to get a feel. So you guys said sandbagging. Sandbagging is what you do in rank when you're better than the team that you're playing against. That is not a method of torture. That's the method of being an asshole. Candle, Tub, and Horse are methods of torture. This was a trick question. Candle, Horse, and Tub are all methods of torture. Yeah. You guys are like, what's Candle? What's Tub? What's Horse? Well, I'm going to tell you about all of them today, so don't even worry. Horror sounds like a reward. There's something wrong with you. Okay, we're gonna move on to the actual lesson. You guys ready? First method of torture we're gonna be talking about today is tub. Yes, tub. Oh no, I'm kind of in the way. Let me move to the center of the screen. I will move to the center. Alright, here I go. Just a disclaimer before I start getting too much into this. There's a lot of images I really can't show on stream, so I had to improvise with a little bit. I don't want to get in too much trouble. I was specifically asked not to show too many pictures. So a lot of this, please leave to your imagination. I'm gonna do my best to describe it, leaving out the really yucky parts, but I mean it's torture, so there's nothing yucky about it. Alright. First method of torture we have is tub. The tub. So this one was like, these tubs would have like oh, you can see my mouse, cool. Okay, they'd have like chains and stuff in them, right? And then they would chain down the people into the tub, and then you would have like honey or something smeared on like your face or your body, and you would sit in there for a really long time. Like, I mean, like you would have to shit yourself in the tub because like it's torture, and you know that's like a thing. Like when you have the honey and stuff on your face, right? Well, who likes honey? Bugs. And bugs would come and they would start like yum 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 yum, you know, like chewing away at you, and you'd be like, oh my gosh, stop it. But because you're chained down, you can't like swat them off, right? Right? So over time, this would be like a very slow method of torture. Probably one of like the most gruesome and excruciating ones, because like these bugs would be eating away at like all of your honey covered parts, right? And then you'd be sitting in like your own feces and you'd be like, oh my god, this is the worst. But over time, right, like the bugs would start to like eat away at your flesh, and then they would lay like eggs and stuff in your flesh, and then the babies would start being born out of your skin, and then it would become really painful because like there's bigger bugs now, and then there's bugs fighting for dominance in your skin, and now you've got holes in your face, and you're like, oh my gosh. So yes, that is tub torture. It is very painful. Yes. Any questions on tub torture? Circle of life is beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, this is like a method of torture of being eaten alive. Very, 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 very slowly. I think they would use this on like people that committed like really bad crimes, or like people that were trying to get to talk, because normally they'd like try to tap out and be like, no, I'll talk. Get the bees off of me, bro. Get the bees off of me. But then they'd be like, this is in medieval times. We don't have morals. Don't want bugs on your skin. Yeah, I don't think anyone wants bugs on their skin because it kind of tickles. But then after a little while, it's probably going to be like really annoying. Was there a particular nation that uses the most? The Fire Nation. No, I'm just kidding. I don't fucking know. What bugs eat honey? Bees, I think. Ants. Spiders. Can't only the queen bee lay eggs? Well, if the queen bee lands on your face, bro, you're fucked. It kind of tickles, and then it doesn't tickle because, like, you get maggots, like flies and stuff. Then you get maggots in your skin. Yeah. Sorry for being late, Leah-sensei. Well, it's okay. It's okay. Everyone that's late, depending on what is up on the screen, that is the form of torture I will be using on you. So, Joshua Fernandez and Kyle Kazuma, you will be getting tub tortured. Have I ever participated in this before? No. Would it work with sweet and sour sauce? Absolutely. It would work with all types of sauces. Oyster sauce, soy sauce, sweet and sour sauce, ranch dressing. My personal favorite is when they use Polynesian sauce. Yeah. Polynesian sauce. Leah, have mercy? No. This is my personal outlet of joy. Welcome to my torture session. Alright, next one! Shit. Alright! This one is what I used in my thumbnail. Oh no, why did it do that? Hello? Okay. Anyways. This one is called the breaking wheel. And there's actually 2 different ways of using it. Oh, I put 3 up with my fingers. Two different ways of using it. So this particular one that I used for this photo has spikes on the outside. But the one that I used in my thumbnail doesn't have any spikes because there are two different ways of using this. This is a very aggressive method of torture. Yeah, some of you guys know it? The Wheel of Fortune. I love that show. You're an idiot. So this one, you could be tied on top of the I don't know why I'm using my hands and mouse. So you could be tied across here. So like you would have like your hands tied like over here. You'd kind of be like tied in a wheel shape all the way across these spikes. Or you'd put into like a really awkward position, right? So you'd have like your hand going like through and out, and then like your leg going like through and out, and you'd be tied down. It'd be really painful just being like tied down, right? But that's not the end of it. Nay, it is not the end of it. So when the wheel would go, right? Like they would spin the wheel, and if you're tied on the outside of it, then like these spikes and stuff would move in your body, right? So you'd be like jiggling like jello, and these spikes would be like into your skin, and it would be really, really, really painful, like extra painful. Or with the one where you'd be tied like in between like the sticks of the wheel, when it spun, your limbs would slowly be smashed and ripped off of your body. So like your arm would break in like 11 different places. You don't even have 11 joints in your arm, but it would still break in 11 different places, you know? How would you put someone on the wheel of fun? You would tie them. You would tie them, or you would put them inside of it. Yeah, wheels are really useful. There's lots of nice ways to use a wheel. Back hurty, leg smashy. Yeah. Leg smashy wheel. You've seen this one in a video game. What video game used this? I wanna know for research purposes. What video game? Sometimes they place the wheel above water too, so you drown in every turn. Very, very, very true. Good job, Orbit and Decay. You get extra gold star for today. They would, in fact. So they would like put this in the water, so then when you'd come up, you would be able to breathe. But when you go down, and they spin it really fast, so you'd be like, glug, 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 glug. Yeah, like that. This one sounds legit and something that may be real. Everything that I'm showing you today is not a work of fiction. I'm sorry, but today is not a Phase Connect lesson. This is an actual history lesson. We're talking about real Earth historical torture. OG waterboarding. Yeah, if you throw up, do you get points taken off? It depends on the contents of your vomit. Yeah. The bone wheel. They also have like in the hit game from NetEase Identity 5, a hunter called the Breaking Wheel. Yeah. Let's go on to the next one. Are you ready? The rats. This is my personal oh shit, stop it. This is my personal favorite torture method. Yes. I talk about this one all the time. This is my favorite. I saw it in a movie one time, and I was like, yo, that was legitness. Oogie, rat? No, this is a different type of torture. Going on the Oogie website is a different type of torture. This is just regular rat torture. Please understand, I really can't show any pictures of what this looks like. You're really gonna have to use your imagination for this one, because every picture of it is really, 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 really gory. Yeah, like super, super, super gory. Yeah, and it's very, very cruel to the person and to the poor rats. I mean, like, the rats are just trying to live their life, man. But yeah, okay, basically you take a person and you would tie them, right? Kind of like a 50 Shades style. You tie them up, right? And then you'd put a cage, like a metal or like, well, yeah, like metal, I guess, cage on top of this person's belly. Right on their belly. And then you put a bunch of rats in there. And the rats would be like, oh my gosh, why are we in a cage? And then they would light a candle on the very, very, very top of the metal. So that way it heats up, right? So not only is your belly getting heated up by like this candle metal tin thing, right? Because like that's like painful enough, right? But the rats would be like, oh shit, this is really bad. I don't want to be stuck in this metal thing that's gonna cook me alive. So they would start to burrow and try to get out of the metal cage. But because your belly is the bottom, I mean, where else are they gonna go? Right, they would crawl their way through your skin and your organs and your bones, and then they would get out and they would chew. They'd go like, and they'd chew all the way through you, and then you'd have a hole in your belly. Do we get points if you're into the torture method? No, you get sent to the psych ward. Freak. Yeah, I saw this. I've never seen Fast and Furious, but I saw this in like a horror movie for the first time, and they did it like in a church, and I was like, "There's something so symbolic about this. I kind of like it. It could be worse. I really don't think that there is a worse form of torture than getting your organs chewed through by rats. If you're saying there could be worse, then I strongly urge you to seek help." At what point when they usually make a run for the nearest orifice? I think they would just kind of chew and look for whatever way they could get out fastest, you know? I don't really think that they were like, I'm gonna shoot right for the anus or I'm gonna go for the armpit follicles. They would just be like, no, we're just gonna chew. It was like Leah's into torture. I find methods of torture very, very, very fascinating. It's because as an early Earth experience I had, I went to medieval times, and if you've ever been to medieval times, they have like actual torture like chamber that you have to go through before you can go into the regular like medieval times thing. And it traumatized me the first time I went in there because I was like, oh my god. But then there was like one method of torture that they showed in there that I couldn't stop thinking about, and I was like, actually that's kind of poggers. And then I used to like search it and stuff, and then I just became fascinated with it. You could have started somewhere other than the stomach. I mean, I'm pretty sure they didn't always use it on the stomach. But, you know. What about getting your back ripped out? Breaking your rib cage for like an eagle? That was in Hannibal! Yeah, that was in Hannibal! I was gonna put that one in the lecture, but, I feel like I would get in a lot of trouble for that one because there is no say-so way to go about it. They use it in several places. Yeah, I think like the best place to put it, personally, like if I was gonna be like the executioner and be like, yeah, I'm gonna subject you to some rat torture, I would use it on the head. Yeah, I would put it right on the cranium. You know? I feel like that's a good place to go, from the cranium. More Viking than medieval anyway. Viking torture methods are also very fascinating. Is there a say-so way to go about this? I'll talk in Uwu speak. Yeah. I've never seen Fast and Furious, but if they use rat torture in it, maybe I'll have to watch it. Yeah, head would be most painful. I know, I'm a genius. Skull is harder to get through than the stomach and the chest. Yeah, because like the stomach and the chest is super fatty, right? So then like you could feel all your organs being like moved around and stuff. But I think like if you're really trying to like use it for like optimal torture purposes, going through somewhere that's like harder to get through, like the head, so it's slow, and then they start eating away at your brain. Next one! Moving on! The rack. No, a different type of rack. Not that rack. This rack right here. All right. Why was it still showing the rat picture? Please forgive my Google Slides. It's having a day. I call this one the Laffy Taffy machine. The Laffy Taffy machine. So, basically you can see that there's like rope here, and then this here, and then they'd put your legs, your little leggies through here, and then your hands through here, and then you'd lay on this very comfy like circle rolly log thing with spikes on it. Yeah? Beetle taxes! Thank you so much for super chat. This one is good for my arthritis. I kind of think like don't chiropractors kind of do this to you? Like a part of me is like maybe without like the spikes, this would be kind of nice just to get like a good stretch in. Yeah. Like not all the way stretched, but just a little bit. Like I feel like at first this would be kind of nice. You'd be like, oh yeah, like this is torture. Man, I'm getting a good shoulder workout. And then when your shoulders come off, you're like, ah. But yeah, basically it would start pulling like your arms and like your legs apart. So then at first it's like a really comfy stretch and you're like, oh yeah, more please. And then it starts to hurt. But then they also have spikes on your back. And you can see these spikes are like on these logs that like roll kind of. So as you're getting stretched, right? As you're stretching out, the logs are also rolling. So then they're like digging in and rolling into like your spine and stuff. Yeah. Kind of looks like a back scratcher. Kind of, yeah. And spikes tear through your back. Can't rat torture actually make you grow a few inches? Yeah, but I don't think it would make you grow healthy. I think you'd have like permanent disfiguration. You know, what's most fascinating about like rack specifically is people wouldn't necessarily die when like this was used on them. So like their shoulders would become like just perfect for manlets. Perfect for manlets. Yeah, this one was used for manlets that were 5'4" and under. They would be like, you need to be taller, and so they would stretch you out. No, I'm just kidding. That's really bad. That's really bad. But yes, I was always saying, people people wouldn't die. Their limbs would just become like dislocated, and then they would have like permanently dislocated shoulders or like spine issues, and they would usually die very soon after it was used on them, but not immediately. Very, very, very fascinating. I think like the real method of torture comes after, like if you manage to live and like you had to like go like the next couple of days or weeks with this, like the disfiguration permanently from it, you know? That's gotta be the worst. But I guess it's effective, you know? Time for a pop quiz. I am typing the pop quiz. Can you guys hear my new keyboard? I don't like it. There you go, you guys. Go, answer. You have a minute. Wasn't this used in Willy Wonka movie? Thank you for super chat. Yes. Quiz time already? Yeah. Tell us about your new keyboard. This is, basically, I moved over to my TM680 entirely, and I replaced the switches and keycaps on it. But somehow it's still... I think there's something with the plating. I don't like it. Do you use blue switches in your torture session? The most effective method of torture is actually blue switch ASMR. You guys have 10 more seconds. Oh man, I should have put that in the fucking representation. Blue switch ASMR is the most effective method of torture. I'll have to get some blue switches for our next detention session, but actually I think that'd be more torture for me. Cat, yes, you're using the 65%. Same one that I have. I'm glad you like it. I think my final opinion is I actually hate this keyboard. I'm really glad you like it though. I just think it's a little too dense. Dense for me. Quiz is over. Let's go. Ah, okay. Waiting for the results to be posted. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. You guys said rat. Effective to what end? Effective in killing. Effective in killing. Rat technically is correct. But I feel like tub. Tub is actually the correct answer. I read the question wrong. Can I retake it? No. Blue switch ASMR detention for you. You said racks? No, rack singular, not rack plural. Freaking pervert. Y'all hating on blue switches and I don't appreciate it. Get better taste in keyboard switches. Isn't the point of torture not to kill? I thought the point of torture was to kill as slowly as possible. Tub is the most effective because you become a literal ecosystem for bugs. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Bull. This method of torture is... Oh my... Anyways, this method of torture is pretty heavy metal. Get it? Because the bull is made out of metal. Heavy metal torture. Yes. This is called the blazing bull. Something brass bull. Yeah. Basically you become a human rotisserie chicken. The bull is made out of metal, right? So it's like this metal bull, and then its tummy opens. There's like a little hatch right here, and then you'd be tied up. Yeah, and then you'd be stuffed inside of the bowl. And then they would light the bottom of the bowl. They would light like a fire underneath it. So that way it starts heating up. Like the one in the Saw movie. I can't watch Saw. It makes me sick. If you enjoy Saw, there's something wrong with you. Anyways, you'd be cooked alive inside of the bowl very slowly. But it's because, it's called a bowl because as you scream, your excruciating pain screams and beg for mercy that'll never come. It kind of sounds like a bull yelling. Yeah. And that is how hot dogs are made. What would prompt these methods to be used? So, as far as I know, basically, like, if you were caught lying, stealing, obviously, like, more intense methods of torture would be used if, like, you committed, like, murder or, like, made a comment against, like, the royalty. A lot of this was used around, like, King Henry VIII or something like that. So, like, if you made comments against, like, the royalty, they would use this on you. Obviously for, like, witches, heretics, they would use this. I also saw that for some places, if you weren't married by a certain age, they would torture you. Not to kill, but just to, like, publicly shame. There was also, like, if you were drinking too excessively, like, tub torture specifically is used for, like, excessive drinking. Also, like, what do you call it? When you have sex, when you're a sex haver, they would use this on you too. But like the torture methods for like adultery were a little bit. I'm not showing any of the adultery stuff on here because it's really unsafe. So, but TLDR, cock and ball torture. Feeding in League, yeah. If you're feeding in League, they would give you the bowl. You don't get your taxes paid. Yeah. basically, like, if they wanted, like, war criminals, if you were, like, a war criminal and you were caught and they wanted, like, answers and stuff, they would do that. I don't know what else for. I think the most, like, absurd one that I had seen was, like, when, people aren't married by a certain age, that they would, like, drown them for some reason. I don't know why they would drown people that aren't married, because I thought the whole point was to not commit adultery, but I guess that's not the truth. I also saw, like, the ones where, like, you would have to wear the mask. That was typically for lying, but it was also used for people that committed adultery. Like, you'd have to wear, like, a mask on your face, and it was, like, really, really, really heavy and painful. Don't heretic... No. If you weren't married by a certain age, you were gonna torture and called family dinner. How? No, like, there was seriously, like, a thing where, like, they would do, like, a different form of water torture on you if you weren't married by a certain age. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, if you had a different hair color, they would be like, you're a witch. And then they would be like, oh my god, no way, we have to torture the witch. Yeah. Overcooked hot dog. Not necessarily. Cap about to get the rack for not having a membership. Uh-huh. Yeah? Yeah? Uh-huh. It was just a hobby, and they looked for any reason to have fun. Yeah, I think a lot of times it was just like, man, I'm bored. What do you want to do? You wanna go torture someone for like 12 hours? Sure. Yeah. Like our midnight torture session? I don't know. Truthfully, I find this very gruesome. And it's like, man, people that are like, oh, I wish I lived in the medieval ages. Like, are you okay in the head? Are you sane? Because if you were alive in the medieval ages, you would definitely have had your boobs ripped off of your body at some point. We found a witch. Made me burn her? No. Me and the boys have torture night? That's just League. Do we have 10? League. League is the equivalent of torture. A bowl-shaped oven. Yes. Yeah, even if, like, you looked slightly different, you'd be tortured. Like, man, I'm just trying to live my life. Booba removal, is that a torture method? Yeah! I cannot show it on stream for sure, but TLDR of it is basically if you were found committing adultery, or like laying with another person other than your spouse, you would have these prongs dug into your boobies, and then they would slowly like close the prongs and then pull off. Yeah, and most times, more often than not, they did not die from it. Yes, they did not die. So you would just have to walk around for a couple of days with no chesticles, and you would die from the infection that you would get. Yeah, it's very, very, very sad, actually. Yeah, you can Google like adultery torture, because there's quite a lot for some reason. There was definitely someone out there who was like, you know what? I know exactly what I'm gonna make. And like, why would they make something like that? I don't know. They're just for believers in flat is justice. Good old stoning. What happened to just regular stoning, man? Let's just go back to the days where we would stone the heretics. Surprised the blood loss didn't kill, right? Right? Like, you'd be losing so much blood. It wasn't just a bonk back then. If you were caught being not say-so, 10,000 years dungeon. I was listening to this while eating dinner. What? Why are you... Okay, I just want to know, why are you watching something that is called a torture lesson when you're, like, eating dinner or with your family or doing something sweet? What about this stream made you think it was gonna be super say-so? Like, are you okay? Do you need help? Whatever. Selling stones. Yes. There's, like, different types of stoning, though, you guys know. There's, like, the stoning Where like they would tie you to like the post, and then like you'd have throw stones thrown at you, like stoning. Or kind of the one that I find more interesting is where they would start. They would like tie you down, kind of like 50 Shades style again, and then start putting stones on you very, very, very slowly. So like it'd start off with like a little stone, and then a littler stone, and then a really big stone, and slowly you would be crushed to death. Yeah. All right. Our next torture method, horse. You guys know horse torture? Yes. This is the one that I was enamored with as a young alien who had just come to Earth. Yes. This one, they kind of not necessarily medieval. I'm sure they did use it in the medieval era, but I've heard of this one specifically used cowboy era. Cowboy era. If you were caught being a brony, this is what they would do to you because, you know, you love horses so much. Similar to the rack, but with horses. Yes. So basically, they would have four little horse. four little horses, and then they would tie like one limb to one horse, and then I keep saying horse, not horse. And then tie another limb to another horse. They also do this with cars, like with the mafia. They would do this with cars too, but I feel like horses is cooler. They would tie your limbs to different drawn and quartered. Please don't use difficult terminology. I'm an alien. They would tie you to horses, and then they would like I think they would like shoot like a gun to scare the horses. And so the horses would be like, "Holy shit! It was a loud noise." And then they would like start running everywhere. But your limbs would be like tied to these very, very, very powerful horses. Yeah, one was always named Twilight Sparkle, and then Applejack, Rarity, and Rainbow Dash. Obviously. And then, well, actually, Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy, I feel like, are the best to do this specific type of torture. The horses would run, and then your limbs would be ripped off. You know? It's faster than the rack and twice as yummy. 99.9% of the time the person would die. And if they didn't die when the horses ripped them apart, they would die being like this limbless little Noelle the Mortal Fate looking ass pile of human leftovers. Thank you so much, Tuna Fish, for the super chat. What do I need to do to get tied to 4 horses? Didn't they do this like if you started bar fights in the cowboy era? I think. If like you started bar fights or like you were caught stealing. If you flex hard enough, the horses can't move. Yeah. If you're like built like Uruka, super, super, super muscular, then like the horses would be the ones ripped off, not you. What happened to medieval? Well, I'm sure they use this one in the medieval era, but this is another torture method that I like, so I can put it in here. Yeah. Yeah, you just have to be stronger than the horses, duh. Come on, forehead, it's that easy. I think this is less about torture and more about execution. Well, I mean, we can have a little bit of both. A little bit of fun. Heard the Mongolians use this in the 1200s. Oh my gosh. There's years called the 1200s? What? That's crazy. This is very different from being drawn and quartered. That involved your belly being... I'm sorry. What? That's too much. That's too far. Mortar? Horse killing? You would be punished if you killed a horse? That's so funny. Alright, next torture method we have is Coffin. I remember this one used to scare me a lot as a little baby alien because I was like, oh my god, this could happen to anyone. Oh my gosh, my screen still says horrors. Coffin was like, this one was used very lightly. Wait, I need water. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, this one was used pretty lightly for like light crimes. If you were like, you know, drinking too excessively, if like I think like catcalling, the equivalent of like catcalling, they would do this to you. Like petty crime, like if you stole like bread or something. It's kind of similar to like, you know, the thing where like you'd stick your hands through and then your neck through and you'd be standing there and people would throw like tomatoes and stuff at you. Kind of the same thing. Like not as serious, but still. Yes, this is a human bird cage, but the opposite, because I mean, it's more annoying than anything because you'd be like, man, I have to be up here for like, who knows, like a week or something. No food, unless like the townspeople threw you something. But most often the townspeople would just throw something at you or like beat you up while you were stuck in this cage. And like the birds would come and like peck at you. And then if it was like somewhere that you were living that was a little bit more sadistic, they would have it over the water, right? And then, like, you could be lowered into the water and, like, drowned. Yeah. Yeah, like a month. The birds would think you're a real snack. Yeah. You could be left hanging up in this for, like, a really long time. But, you know, it's not... You're not gonna die from this most of the time. Yeah, free bath pog. Yeah, free the bath. Yeah, you wouldn't die from this most of the time, though. But, I mean, like... you know, you definitely could, depending on like how horrible your neighbors are. Yeah. Or like the birds would like peck at you. I'm surprised people haven't gone extinct with how many times people were tortured. Yeah, I'm surprised too, but I think in the medieval era they were doing a lot of population preparedness, I think. It's like those hanging hummingbird feeders. Yeah, and then you cover yourself in honey and bird seeds. You're like, mwah, I'm gonna see a crow today. If you like torture, you should look at Daji and see some of the things she did. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Because mostly the people everyone just really didn't like. Yeah, you go to the bar, they'd be like, Danielithan, you asshole! I've had it up to here with you. And then I'd be like, oh my god, Danielithan just touched my butt. And then the executioners would be like, oh my god, Danielithan, 10,000 years coffin for you. Just because someone one time said that you touched their butt even though you didn't. And then Danielithan would be like, me hearties, alas. Why hast thou, Lord, forsaken thy? And then he'd be hung in the coffin. What is the difference between torture and execution? Torture is a hobby. Execution is a lifestyle. Yeah. Danielithan! Didn't they have names like that back then? If you made a dad joke, you get the coffin. They walk in and they'd be like, hey, yo, everyone at the bar. Hark! How is thy day? And then someone would be like, thou day? I am father. And then they would get hung. Or like the guillotine. You get the guillotine for making a dad joke. Yeah, I'm a historian, you guys. I know what I'm talking about. Okay, this torture method is called the Bendy Noodle. Yeah. Also, not one that people would, oh my god, the picture is so small on my screen, but whatever. This one you would not really die from. You would just have, like, disfiguration for a long time. I call it the Bendy Noodle because there's actually, like, 7 different names for this one. There's too many names. But this one was specifically used during when King Henry VIII was in power. Yeah, I know that for sure. Victims, they would take them and they'd bend them into like the opposite of the fetal position, like the maternal position, and then they would put like this thing like in you'd be put in this thing, and like I mean they could like beat you up and stuff while you're in it, but basically you would just sit here in this position for a really long time and be like, owie, my back hurts, and they'd be like, shut the hell up, you're being tortured, it's not supposed to be fun. And then yeah, you would have permanent disfiguration. But I know that sometimes they would like kick the crap out of you and stuff. King Henry VIII was messed up. I want to have a conversation with him one day. Just be like, why did you do it? And he'll be like, I'm a king. Oh, you know what? So true. So true, bestie. This is more like torture than the previous one. Could you imagine being like stuck? And because like the way that this is, there's like no room for you to get up or like wiggle around, right? I don't think people do this to themselves for funsies. No. Sometimes if like I'm having a menheta moment, I'll lay in my bed like this and cry, but it's just for a second. Not for more than like 60 seconds. Gamer's weak. You telling me you don't sit in your gamer chair like this? I thought you guys were real gamers. Clearly not. This one doesn't work on manlets. Yeah, because a manlets would just be able to like pop right out. They'd be like, didn't work on me, bitch. Yeah. I don't know why King Henry would use this on people, but so true. Yeah. Gamer posture. Shrimp. Alright, our next method of torture? Math class. So this one is from Phase Connect, right? Phase Connect Home Planet. Thank you, Beetle Taxes, for super chats. Time for your daily torture. Grabs a Bendy Noodle. Okay. Yes, okay. Next method of torture is a modern day method, right? We still got methods of torture in modern day. You know, I talked about some of them. Playing League of Legends. Going on the Ogi Rat website. Blue Switch ASMR. And then math class. Those are some of the most popular methods of torture these days. But yes, math class is a form of torture that they make mandatory, right? They make this mandatory to all people on Earth. Because they want you to get accustomed to being tortured. So that way when you go out into the real world and you get a real world big human job, then you already know the most excruciating pain that can be inflicted on you. And you'll be okay. And you see this old dude right here is like, math class! Yeah, because he's trying to persuade you that math isn't bad. And this is called modern day Stockholm Syndrome, okay? Okay, because we all know math class is torture. But he's like, no, math class isn't torture. And then you have some people that the Stockholm Syndrome actually works on. And they're like, I'm going to become a math major. Math majors aren't real. There's no one out there that honestly majors in math. It's not real. That's proof that Stockholm Syndrome is working. And that math class is actually a form of torture that is working its way into the minds of humans. Is Reginald the brain worm a form of torture too? Reginald the brain tapeworm is actually one of the executioners. Yes, one of the executioners. They plant Reginald the brain tapeworm into your brain when you take math class. So when you're like doing the problem that's like, what is 7 plus 7? And you're like, man, that's not even a real equation. They like slip him into your ear and they're like, go Reginald, go, go, go. Tell them math is good. And Reginald's like, I love math. And you either shake Reginald out of your head or he lives in your brain worm folds for the rest of your life and you become a math major. Math is counting with extra steps. I don't think so. Math class is an insidious torture method due to you having mental scars. So true. I can't understand what you said to me. Use the bowl on math majors. Well, you see, math majors grow up to become the executioners, aka math professors. to spread the math propaganda to the people that don't know. And as an alien, it is my job to deliver the good Earth message that math is fake, right? Math is fake. Humans, listen up. Math is propaganda. Just invented to make you okay with being insecure. No. Math does not define your worth. Who cares if you can't add 3 plus 4? It doesn't matter. In a real world situation, you don't need to know what 3 plus 4 is. No. You don't. Don't let the human math professors take a hold of your brain folds. Yeah, thank you, Connie B, for Super Chat. Thank you for informing the masses. It is your guys' job to go out and tell everyone that math is fake. And it is a form of torture employed by the math tapeworms to take over the human mind. What if we're deciding how much money to donate to you? Roll a d20. Roll a d20 and let God decide it for you. Yeah? No longer sheeple. No, wake up, humans. It's time to decide. Do you want to be a math major or do you want to have purpose in your life? Nowadays, executioners use lens, a fancy suit, and may have white hair. Hey, leave the glasses alone, all right? Leave the glasses alone. I rolled a 0. So true. Natural selection. I think that's what it's called. Wait, there's no 0 on a d20. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. There's no 0 on a d20. Melodius, thank you for super chat. We should wage war on math. Yes. Destroy math. Speaking of glasses, where are yours, Leah Sensei? I took them off. I took them off. You know? Alright. And our last method of torture we're going to be talking about today is probably the one that you're all most familiar with. Any guesses? Any guesses on the most familiar method of torture that is not math? Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of mixed answers. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. I see. The most familiar form of torture for you all. I have to move. Hold on, I have to move back to my original position. Okay. The most familiar torture method that you all know is... Yeah? You guys know? Yeah? Yeah? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah? You guys think it's funny? You guys are having a little chuckle over there? Yeah? Yeah? Thank you, Beetle Taxes, for super chat. Rolled a d20. See, I'm telling you, roll a d20. You never have to do anything else in your life. You're just Mr. D20. Is it a good idea if I wake up past 1 p.m. today? And then the d20 is like, I've given you a 19. And it's like, holy shit, I can sleep in. Yeah? Yeah? Leah Sensei, I think I may have Stockholm Syndrome. I would go see a doctor for that one. 後でリアにと言われて I'm moving too fast. I can't read it. Sorry, Yosura. I was trying my best. I like Leah's streams. Are you sure? It's not torture because chat likes it. I know. You're gonna hurl your dinner now, eh? I will endure this torture for you. Do we have 2 more torture streams today? I have one more torture stream for you all today. Later though. Atode. Alright, time for the final test of today. Just 2 questions. Just 2 questions. It is very simple. I'm expecting 100%. And if there is not 100%, I will roll a d20 and figure out which method of torture to subject you all to. If watching a stream from Leah is torture, then what does that say about our membership? You're built different. Yeah. Yeah, you guys are built different. Yeah, there's a quiz right now. You guys have 30 seconds. 30 seconds. When the timer hits 20, yeah, and if it's not 100%, I'm gonna roll a d20 and figure out which method of torture to subject you all to. So please make sure you get 100%. Thank you. Built to win, yeah. We're almost there. You guys have like 5 more seconds. Come on. 5. Oh, look at that. It's too late. I'll move back to the chatting screen. Alright, well, you guys suck and you failed. 50% said horrors and 47% said rat. I don't even know if that's even like how you do it. But anyways, my favorite torture method is horrors, so D20 roller it is. Alright, let's go. Ah! I rolled a 19! Let's go, baby! 19! Let's go! You guys are all getting horrors torture. Okay? Okay. You got it right, but at what cost? Did you really get it right, though? No, it doesn't matter if you got this one right or not. All of you are being subjected to horrors torture. 19 is like almost a natural 20. Almost as good, but not quite as juicy. Because I'm built different. My RNG is god tier, okay? 19 doesn't exist. You know what else doesn't exist? My morals. You rolled a 15? I really don't care. You rolled from a D7? You're an idiot. Alright. Ready? Horrors torture. Horrors torture. What is... Okay, hold on. I'm preparing horrors torture. Ready? Ready? I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I got the horses in the back. Horse track is attached. Hat is matte black. Got the boots that's black to match. Riding on a horse. You can whip your Porsche. I be in the valley. You ain't been off of the porch now. I'm gonna take my horse to Old Town Road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. Yeah? Horse! Yay! Horse torture! You don't know whether to vibe or to scream in fear? Come on, man. Come on. Thank you, Dubsy, for super chat. Hooray! Thank you, Unknown Vagabond, for super chat. Thank you for educating us about the beauty of torture. History Buff has approved of this lesson. I want to have more, like, actual history lessons of, like, really bizarre, like, factual things from history. I think I've talked about this before, but I'm actually, like, a pretty big history buff, specifically with, like medieval era stuff. So I guess like the torture thing should have been like you should have known it was coming. But even like other things about it, I feel like it could be really fun to talk about. I want to do more of these factual history streams, you know? But we'll see. I have to think of something that I can talk about for a really long time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed a pretty factual torture stream, even though it was a little bit watered down. Look at history's strangest weapons. Ooh, you're kind of smart for that one. You like historical games like Crusade Kings? I don't think I've ever played a historical game. A lot of things to talk about. History is pretty weird, you know? Earth history, you guys are fascinating. You got learned so much. Yeah, get learned on, baby! Make sure to use the torture methods in the collab later. The collab is tomorrow, right? Yes. Short lesson stream for today. Leah's lesson for torture was not intended to be long. I know it had to be rescheduled. This was not intended to be a long stream. But I do have a stream for tonight that I've got to also go prepare for. We are doing karaoke tonight. Yes, we are doing a karaoke session in about 3 hours. So I'm gonna go prepare for that. And I hope that you guys all had a great time with a very, very, very short stream. This is not the last time we'll see each other today, though, so please do not be sad. I prepared a lot of good things for the karaoke stream today. Love the torture stream. I'm glad that you guys liked it. Thank you guys so much. I can't wait to see you guys again tonight. Yes, please be sure to use the new emotes. Yes, we have our karaoke emotes that came just in time for karaoke stream tonight. But yes, I'm going to go prepare for my karaoke stream. And I will see you guys all in a couple of hours. Woo! Atsulia! Make sure you guys eat before a karaoke stream, okay? Make sure you guys eat and take care of yourselves. And I'll see you guys later! Atsulia!